Terrell Simmons. Do you know how much I'm spending? My closet, it worth about $1 million. Took the little up the runway. Then the kitchen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. The Packers coming in at 12-2, going up against the Vikings, who come in at 10-4.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Throwing, Bradford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. Bradford finding Rudolph there for a Viking first. Fresh set of downs here. To throw is Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. To throw on 2nd down. Bradford. His throw incomplete. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you...
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll return it from the 6. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Daniels. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Carpenter knocks it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Cobb. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Nelson. The old connection, Rodgers to Nelson, getting Green Bay a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
That's what they were aiming for. You want to keep moving the sticks, get into a rhythm, gain confidence as you go along. And right now, mission accomplished.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, fourth best in the league. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Play clock winding down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got Bennett. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there at 22. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
So right now what I'm seeing, I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now Montgomery, and he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
319. Check. 4 down. Get reset. Hey, easy shit. 319.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
319. Over. Check. Hey, 626.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Clay Matthews. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 2nd down, Cook. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Now Bradford. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I remember playing, and from a safety's perspective, when you saw a toss play and trying to see guys get to the edge and get outside, that was always a tough moment because where do you go to pick up the ball carrier? If they seal the edge and seal the perimeter, they're going to bounce that outside, and it's a lot longer run, and you've got to make sure your angle is right because once they get to the edge, they're going to pick up good yardage. Your job now is to make sure they don't go all the way for a touchdown. You have to become an excellent tackler against a lot of bodies out leading a runner. And on this play, the defenders were finally able to rally to the ball after a big pickup of yardage and hurt him out of bounds.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bradford. Open here, Adam Thielen. Bradford hitting Thielen there for a Viking first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Bradford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
2nd down now after the incompletion. To throw again, Bradford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On 1st and 10, Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. And that is no good. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They go play action here on first down. Lets it go for Nelson. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
shift together here from the D-line. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. The play clock's running down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And this one is right down the middle. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And that is incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Rodgers. And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, You can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Rodgers. Got him in, complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Carry, it's Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch. Montgomery. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he slings one that's incomplete. The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Butler. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Should their woes on offense continue, that's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter. And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bradford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Cook getting the handoff for Bradford. Room to run inside the 40, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Bradford now. And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. A toss to Cook.
dances by him. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution. Yeah,
and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Okay, work with me here. Make sure I'm clear on this one. Inside their own 10-yard line, and they run a toss play. I know it worked, but ordinarily that takes a lot of chutzpah to do something like that, because the only thing more dangerous is trying to throw the ball in that situation and maybe taking a big loss. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And Jeff Janis has it complete. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a 1st down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, flush to his right. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 59 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there. And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Easy. 319.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the I. Running for it, Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Bradford. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Bradford saying, let's go, fellas, urging his guys to get set. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Bradford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Here's Bradford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Bradford. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation, and we'll go to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Not a bad idea to start overtime. Feed the hot hand.
And understand that when you're feeding that hot hand, everyone else is pretty much in agreement on it. You know, a team looks at their game and says, all right, who's playing really well? Let them touch the football, and we'll do our job to help him along.
2nd and just 1. They run. Montgomery. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Time running out here on the play clock. Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Nelson. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right, he can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Ripkowski, the fullback, on the inside give. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. 38 yards on the scamper there. Play clock winding, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Green Bay, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home